Yeah, and today was actually the start of his American comeback tour. He was kicking that off today at Utah Valley University, and he's become famous online for when he does these. These are when he sets those tables up and has his Prove Me Wrong table. We've seen Charlie Kirk be so willing to debate anybody, anywhere, anytime in a common professional manner and talk about any topics that sometimes are a little uncomfortable for people. So he was kicking that off at Utah Valley University today. We've got Jason Chaffetz on the phone. Jason, we were reading some of your social media posts. You were there, you witnessed this. What happened?
Well, it's a good crowd. A lot of people were chanting his name. I was there. My daughter was there. Son-in-law's there. My wife was there. I mean, Charlie Kirk coming to town. We were excited, and people were there, and there were lots of them. And he came out. He was throwing hats, riling up the crowd. He took his first question, which was, I have to catch my breath trying to run into the house here.
Take your time.
He took a first question, which was a religious question. And then he got to the second question, which was about 30 minutes into his presentation, 2:30 local time. And the question was about transgender shooters, mass killings, versus people that weren't transgender. And when that happened, when that question came out, and he's going to have the interaction, one shot. I was watching Charlie. I can't say that I saw blood. I can't say that I saw him get hit, but I did see him fall immediately backwards into his left. And I can just hope and pray that somehow he survived that.
My God, we're all praying. He's married to his wife, Erica, for 4 years now. Jason, obviously, you're visibly very emotional, obviously, having just witnessed this. Married to Erica for 4 years, 2 children, a son and a daughter. All we can do is pray right now until we get an update on what exactly happened here and his condition, although there are reports that he was ushered off by his security team and if shot, obviously hoping he's getting immediate medical help. There are obviously, Jason, starting to be some pictures emerging online of the moment when this happened. There are even some photos of a man who was hauled off after this happened. So we're waiting on details and facts as this story develops. But we know Charlie. We've seen and heard from him many times over the years. He's been a very present conservative through the Trump movement, leading students. And to your point, Jason, you said he came to town. We came to listen. He has an enormous following and so many supporters that obviously would be praying for him right now, Jason.
Well, I traded text messages with him. I traded text messages with him ahead of time, and I said, "Hey, Charlie, I hope they get a chance to see you. Our family would like to see you again, and we still want to see him again." So he said he was going to go for a few hours, and maybe we could see him afterwards. But gosh, it's just he's there doing the right thing. And it's so great to see all these 20-year-olds enthusiastic about politics in the world and to have an open dialogue. And
Jason, I apologize. I don't want to cut you off, but we're getting some reaction in from California Governor Gavin Newsom. Remember, he had Charlie Kirk on his podcast earlier this year. He says, quote, "The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form." And Sandra, Jason, just talking to you, I feel sick to my stomach right now. The first encounter I had with Charlie was back when I was covering the border, and he would just DM me on Twitter saying, "Hey, thank you for those reports. You're doing a great job down there. Keep in mind, he's got a wife and kids, young guy." I'm in shock at this news, Jason. After you heard that shot go off, what happened?
Hey, Bill, just let me jump in here. The FBI directors also just put up a statement on the Kirk shooting saying, quote, "Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response on that campus. We're closely monitoring reports of a tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. Also, the Secretary of the Department of War, Pete Hegseth, on Charlie Kirk, saying prayers for Kirk, an incredible Christian, American, and human being. May the healing hand of Jesus Christ be upon him. Still waiting on any details, Bill, to come in on his condition. Jason Chaffetz was with us, who was on site when this happened. And Jason, you said you couldn't identify blood, but you heard the shot and you saw him fall backwards when this happened. Please do explain further what you just saw happen.
Well, look, I'm guessing there were 2,000 people there or so, and ready to have a dialogue and listen to Charlie and, take one, come all, to answer questions. I in the, 45 minutes or so, since it's happened, not even that long, 30 minutes since it's happened, the question was, what about transgender shooters, mass shootings? And, but as soon as the shot rang out, everybody hit the deck, and then everybody started scattering and yelling and screaming, as you might imagine. And, I went from watching Charlie Kirk to looking over to, make sure our daughter and our son-in-law were okay. And everybody just was in disbelief and just scattered. At Utah Valley University, there's 40,000 students. Yeah. It's state's largest university. So there's what's called the quad in the middle, and anybody can come in and out. And
Jason, if you could stand by with us as our coverage is going to continue. We're going to hand off to Martha McCallum here on this breaking news. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sandra Smith.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.